check YouTube is rolling. If it is... Why do you still say offline? It should be online. Alright, Twitch is working. YouTube is operational. No, stop moving like that. Literally sit where I want you to sit. Okay. That's good. Alright, this is the wonkiest fucking recording setup. Let me just check this real quick. Because... Alright, so there's no chat popping up here, which is dumb, but... Alright, there's that. Nah, actually, I can probably just leave it like this. Alright, so... I'm going to apologize right now, because if you're hearing the loud buzzing in the back, it is the space heater that I gotta turn on, because this room is like 3 freaking degrees, and it's cold as hell. So I'd prefer to be a little bit warmer. So we're back for Rook-a-D again. Don't want to get that. Let's see, what do we get for the shiny? Let's try the Lotto ID here. Get the daily check done. So let's see, save in progress. What do we got? 5, 8, 7. Probably not getting anything. Yep. As it's been, haven't gotten shit. Let's check the Poké Jobs. Get these taken care of here. So let's see, flying types. Sure. How much XP are we really going to be getting for this? Alright, get some... I mean, mainly I'm focusing on trying to get the Sword and Shield Mons some levels, so... Cramorant getting levels ain't so bad. I mean, 7,700 ain't bad. Struggled a little. I sent all flying types on a flying type job, and they struggled. How? 2 loaves of bread, alright. Bug types. Let's see, did the bug types fuck up their job too? Or are they gonna have the easy job? Now, let's see, we sent a whole... I mean, we sent the pairings and then the Sizzlepede, so... Great job, nice. Did an exceptional job. Okay, 6,400, ain't bad. Sizzlepede gave me a Waterstone, alright, it's useful. Hard work, your Pokemon really impressing clients, they'll be able to do jobs from now on. Alright, cool. So we need, what, Psychic? Well, I'm guessing Rock types, Water, Fire types, and another Fire type. Alright, I'm not gonna do those jobs then, fuck it. Alright, actually I should tweak the party a little bit, because I want to... As much as I want Alchemy to get levels, I'm gonna be carrying it around for the story, so there's not much of a point. Let's see, Cramorant, what's your moveset looking like? Because that might determine... I mean, you're not... you're actually pretty bad for nature, though, because that minus defense is not the best. Dive sucks. Fury Attack is very inaccurate, and Pluck... I'd probably teach you a new move. I'm trying to think, like, what would I really do? Alright, first we're going to move all the Mons that are not... Oh, God, right, I have boxes on boxes. Forgot how many Mons I had that are actually not from this region. Like, yikes. And to those of you wondering that'll see this later, and you see the Applin in the box, or not the Applin, the Meowth here. This is the Gigantamax Meowth. Yeah, it's a shitty nature, but it's the Gigantamax Meowth I got, so that's what I'm working with. Alright, I'm trying to see, like, what would I want to take? Because Boltund is going to be in here, and I don't necessarily... I mean, I'll probably keep the Ninetales in there just as a status ailment. Just because we don't have really any reliable status on this team, but... Because I know Dreadnaught's got probably the friggin' boss moveset here. Yeah, that's pretty fucking good. It's alright. It's not bad. Pretty good. Nuzzle, at your level, is going to kill things, so never mind. So yeah, Will-O-Wisp is our best bet off of my nice little shiny Ninetales here. I love this thing. Even though it's my second Ninetales, my second shiny Ninetales, I don't care, so... Alright, so I'm going to change up the route. We've been doing Route 1 a lot lately, so I'm going to go to Route 2, and I'm going to see if that affects my luck at all. Because, you know what? We're going for Rook-a-D. We're over 999, so if we can get this Rook-a-D today, that would be amazing. So, get it. And, alright, I'm just going to start killing them, because I forget if it's... I know there's no chain anymore, as in, like, the shiny odds chain doesn't matter. So it's just a matter of, like, getting the chain that has them constantly spawning in. So, and I don't think you can do it really on the bite. Oh, hello, nice little swarm of Rook-a-D here. Give me something. I'm on there. Why can't you be yellow? I just want you to be the yellow one. If I could find the yellow one, I'd be happy. I think I might have to tweak the settings again for the TV, because it looks like it might be, like, just too big. Which, I hate how the Switch doesn't have, like, the optimal settings. I want to see when the health bar and all that pop up this time, what it looks like. Because it looks like it might be, like... It looks pretty good, but it looks like it might just be off a bit. So I kind of don't want to mess with it, but at the same point, like, eh. So I'm probably gonna be doing, and for those of you in the future that might watch this, I'm gonna be doing a lot of shiny hunting this week. Like, I'm not giving up until I get Rookity, goddammit. Like, I'm doing today I'll probably go till just before about 11:30 or whenever Aaron gets up and decides to hop on. Which I'll probably have to, and then I'll just do a quick stop of the stream, and then those of you that are watching on Twitch will get to see my perspective. But those of you on YouTube are going to get to watch Aaron's perspective. So, but what I'm going to do is, today, we're going to go till about 11:30. Tomorrow, I'll probably do the same thing, like 9:30 to 11:30. Or maybe do, like, I don't know, I might do like 10 to 11:30, something like that, because I got a buddy coming over at noon, so I don't want to go live, and we'll be streaming while he's here, because that's just rude. And Thursday, I might do a longer stream on Thursday, but I think Thursday is going to be a half and half day, where it'll be half of the Wi-Fi battle, or like the Wi-Fi battle portion that I did before, and the shiny hunting. So I'll probably do like 2 hours of shiny hunting, and then 2 hours of whoever wants to come in can Wi-Fi battle. Which Aaron's putting the finishing touches on our team that I'm probably going to use for at least a couple of weeks, just so we can get a little bit of time to build another team. Unless he's almost done with the other team already, which, I mean, hey, if he's already almost done with it, I'll take it, but if not, it ain't the end of the world, you know? Like, so, it is what it is. But I just want this dang Rookity. That's the first thing I want right here. This stupid yellow Rookity to just show up. So then I can add it to the team and place a Corvisquire that we have, train up my shiny, and go with it. Probably, I should check down the hill too, see if there's any Rookity down there, but I mean, these two big gigantic patches of grass seem to be doing pretty good for encounters, so I mean, we're already this is our 8th encounter today, so can't really complain. I just don't want to end up, if we somehow get a Twitch follower today, I don't want to end up messing up the entire layout by shifting the game up slowly. So, alright, that's a Squirrel. No Rookity over there. Got a Rookity over here. I'm trying to think of what I'll do after I do Rookity. I'm debating between Yamper and Choodle. Because if I can get a good Choodle, if I get a perfect Choodle, it's gonna be my new Dreadnought. Like, I'll go back to the freaking Move Learner, get him Crunch. I think I've got a couple Waterfall TMs that I can keep on hand, so if I can, I mean, I won't be against it. Like, actually, I'm going to take a quick peek before I run into that Rookity, because I want to double check and make sure that if I have any more Waterfalls, which, yeah, I got a couple of Waterfalls, so we good. Your boy, if I get a Choodle, it's going to get Waterfall. So, yeah, this is going to be a good one. Alright, so this is number 9? No. I think this is number 10. It's 9 or 10, one of the two. But, whatever. Alright, we got Rookity, we got a Rookity. Because Yamper is cool, but Choodle, I like that kind of army green. So it's also another shiny that I would not mind having. So, it's kind of iffy whether or not which one I want to get. I mean, I might just go for... I'd probably do the 3 Rookity in a row and just knock out that whole line and then go for whatever I'm going to get next. Because, I mean, we're already at the 999 Rookity, so I might as well just belt through and get whatever I'm going to get. So, take what you can get and run with it. Hopefully get this. I want to get, if I can get Rookity, if I can get at least one shiny Rookity today, I'll be happy. Even though I haven't made the videos about this yet, but My freaking dumbass has been getting lucky as hell playing this game. Like, because I've already mentioned it before that I got a shiny Indeedee on my shield version while I was hunting for a Psychic Surge one for Aaron to use with our competitive team we're going to use this week. But I also, over the last couple days, found a friggin' Skuntank shiny at the Lake of Outrage. Just randomly exclamation mark in the grass while I was looking for a Ditto. You know, just because, why not? Because I saw the Skuntank and I was like, oh, whatever, it's a Skuntank. Then I saw it was a red Skuntank and I was like, wait, that's a red Skuntank. Saw the animation and I was like, wait a minute, that's a shiny fucking Skuntank. Are you fucking kidding me? So, technically, if I find Rookidee, it'll be my second live shiny, but it'll be my fourth shiny overall of Sword and Shield. Like, my whole plan with Sword and Shield was to stream shiny hunting, was to try and, like Aaron and I finished the game, and then we're gonna do whatever we do, like maybe do another playthrough of Sword and Shield. Like, I think Aaron and I are talking about doing like a Wonder Lock, or might change the name. I might change the name to Surprise Lock, just because, you know, it's not Wonder Trade, it's Surprise Trade. So, do something like that. But at the same point, I'm sitting here just like, I wanted to stream my shiny hunting and get all of the unique shinies I can get from this game, like, live, so I can finish off my living decks as much as I can with Sword and Shield, and then go back to the old gen games to do that. Nope. The game has been like, alright, you want a shiny Indeedee? You want a shiny Skuntank? There you go, those are yours. Granted, I still got in my opinion, the best of the three is the Ninetales that we have, because not only did I get that thing live, but I got it through probably the dumbest luck method possible in this game, by finding it in Kabu's gym. Like, somebody show me a streamer or anybody that actually recorded themselves getting a shiny in that gym that was not hunting for it. Because that Vulpix was the second Vulpix I'd ever run into in this save file. So, you dang well know those odds were full as can be. Like, I'm pretty sure the odds go between 1 and 19 are your lowest odds of running into them without the Shiny Charm. Like, with the Shiny Charm, it's still technically your lowest, but it's the least modified stats are the 1 to 19. And that Vulpix was number 2. And I'm pretty sure a trainer had the first one, so it wasn't like I fought one in the wild. But that was by far the friggin' dopest way to do it. And it's like, I just want to fucking... I'm still kind of pissed a little bit. I'm hoping that it's just because I got the clip in at an awkward time, and A-Drive didn't feel like putting it in his A-Drive in the top 5. Because I've seen no one get a shiny in that gym, in the Catch Them On gym puzzle. And yet, I walked in, first encounter, Vulpix. And I don't know if it's because I swore a shit ton, I don't know if it was because, like, Aaron was swearing too. I sent him 2 versions of the clip. And both the versions are the same ones you guys saw on YouTube. The one that was edited with the sound effects, and the other that was uncensored. So I'm hoping that I'll get to see my shiny Vulpix in that top 5. If not, just to be able to look at it and go, yep, who's going to top this? Show me who tops this that isn't going to hack the game to remove the shiny lock and go for Zacian, Zamazenta, or Eternatus. Show me that. Because I would love to see it. I mean, I'm a little miffed that it was the Vulpix, because literally the other 2 Mons I need for my living decks. So the fact that I got Vulpix in Ninetales doesn't exactly help me. But I'm still happy that I was able to get the shiny live, that I didn't get it, like, have, 3 offline and this be my first, so... Just a little bit agitating, Like, I would have loved to have been able to get it my own, like, just get it when it actually was a good thing, because I would have probably been really happy had it been Litwick or the Sizzlepede, just out of the amount of wanting to see it, and then being able to need it and scratch it off my list and be like, well, there I go, done with that part of the list. And since I know that I've mentioned it in like at least 15 of my damn videos that I've uploaded on this channel, but I've been trying to keep like the monthly log of the Mons that I shiny hunt, which I've done. I mean, I'm still doing pretty good. Like 2019, I think I'm over 300 Mons on the year, which some of you would probably look at those numbers and be like, how the hell have you actually hunted those numbers? Like, those numbers don't seem right. And I would tell you that if it wasn't for me actually sitting down and hunting it, I wouldn't believe me either. But I've done it. I have pulled 300 mods. Like, I have the paper here that I've been handwriting all of them from December 2018 all the way through to quite literally December 2019 here. So, and I mean, every month I've hunted at least double-digit mons. Like, I think the lowest months I've hunted are probably like these last couple. I think the lowest month I've hunted was, I think, last month, where I only got 11. Just because I started putting a lot more time into Sword and Shield than I did into shiny hunting. And then the highest was obviously my July month, where I pulled 60 goddamn shinies in a month. Show me somebody who's that dedicated to shiny hunting, where they will go for 60 frickin' not just 60 shinies. Like, I didn't get 60 Caterpies. I got 60 unique shinies. Like, all of them. Evolutions, legend. I'm pretty sure I got legendaries too in July. Like, July was a fucking hectic month. Like, where's July on my list? Oh, it's on the back page. That's right, because it took up like half the fucking chart. Like, July, I'm just trying to see, like, did I get any legendaries in July? I know I did a lot of, I mean, most of my shinies were between Oras and, friggin' Sun and Moon, but it still was a hell of a lot. Like, I got Celebi, which that's... Oh, no, that was August. Okay. I'm trying to see, like... I don't think I did any Legends. I think I just did a whole bunch of Common Mons. Well, Common and then a couple of Pseudo-Legends in there. Well, let me say, I see Beldum and Matang. And my Charizard from the Fire Red thing I was doing. But I'm trying to see, like... I don't think I did any other... Yeah, there's no legends on July, but literally... I mean, right now, I have one legendary that I have left to hunt, is Articuno. That's it. Like, I go Articuno... Wait, did I find this in the grass? Is in not the Orid one? I'm really hoping I can find the freaking... I want the Orid one so I can get the actual wattage out of it. If not... I mean, if it's only like 100, like 130 wattage or whatever it is, it's still wattage. So, I seriously did not hit the wattage one. What? I was gonna say, it popped up, like, when it shows the silhouette instead of the actual Mon, I thought it was gonna be the shiny at first, like, wait, what? You show the silhouette instead of the Mon? Like, am I gonna see that yellow Rookidee pop out and then do the sparkles? But, no, the game just didn't give me the freaking Orid one. Somehow I got the dumb luck of hitting the grass with a Rookidee instead of the one that's flying around electrified. 140, alright. I mean, it's not a lot of wattage. Like I said, it's not a lot, but every bit of wattage helps when you go into the wild area and try to buy those Pokeballs. Even though I can buy Quick Balls in the post-game, which I didn't realize until like, literally yesterday when I finally got to the post-game. Because I have not done that. I honestly didn't beat Sword and Shield until like a few days ago, which honestly I wasn't necessarily... I was planning on just running through Sword and Shield and getting right to the end game to go for a Shiny Charm, but seeing how many Mons you gotta catch, it's like a little bit more effort than I thought. And I'm probably gonna trade like a few Mons from here over to my Shield version just to... Because Shield is probably gonna be my like home game, where I just keep everything I want to keep goes into there, and plus all my shinies are gonna go into there. So, alright, we got no more Rookidee, it looks like. Yeah, it's a Nickit that spawned in. Alright, let's get up here. Plus, I can also upgrade the bike, which I think it costs 9k watts total. Because the first upgrade's 1,000, second upgrade's 3k, and then the third upgrade is 5k. I don't know if I have the wattage to do it, or if I have even done it yet. Because I know in Shield I've got like 13 or 14k watts just from running around, like... Yeah, I got the Carbos, Aaron, shut the hell up. I texted you saying I bought them already. Do you not check your phone? Like, I literally told you that as I saw the message this morning. It's your own damn fault. You don't read your phone. Like, I know I sent the message. Because I know my budget said I could go 54. As soon as I walked over there, I saw the freaking the guy was like, oh, you can buy 54. It's like, why are they that expensive? I thought they were only like 9,800. I mean, granted, it's like $200 cheaper, but that ends up stacking up in the long run. And it's like, yeah, I burned. Yeah, you should be thankful. I burned like my entire goddamn wallet buying those carbos. So, I mean, if we get that team ready for Thursday, I'll work with it then. Just 'cause I'm probably gonna do a couple days of shiny hunting. Well, yeah, I mean, now that they can now that they actually train EVs, and you can go fully invested with them instead of just having to deal with. Well, I think it was like what you could use like 7 or 8 before. Now you can just do a full 52 and get the max EVs you're gonna get out of it. So. I mean, that's definitely a nice change. Makes EV training a lot easier. I mean, the mints aren't too bad. Because I think the mints are like, what, 500 apiece or something like that? So... Because I looked at it last night when I was looking through the freaking battle tower to see if there was anything, like, useful or try to figure... I don't know, I still gotta figure out the IV checker, but... I think I might just be dumb because I don't feel like battling in the tower, but... So... I don't know, I'll figure that out. Because I know where the IV trainers, or the IV checker is supposed to be, but... Oh, it's 50 BP. Oh, oh, it's BP, that's why. Yeah, but you can earn BP decently, though, because I've seen people get, like... I mean, if you can get, like, 5 to 10 per run... Get to the first Leon fight. Oh, true. I mean, all you gotta do is just take a team and just keep constantly cycling through to grind BP. Or, if anything, you could probably just use a rental team... And, like, just go on, like, get somebody else's online's team and just take it and run with it. Even though I think from what I've heard, it's just generally Dracovish. Like, I think it's like either Choice Scarf or Choice Band Dracovish. With Strongjaw, Vicious Rend, and just watch everything fall. Okay, can I start getting some fucking Rookies over here? Like, I'll start just running into shit. Like, stupid Squirvet. I mean, you could also try and, like, build a team, but who wants to go through all that effort? Let somebody else do it. Alright, can I get a damn Rookidee spawned in here? Like, what the fuck? Why am I not getting any Rookidee at this point? I've killed at least, like, 30 Rookidee. Yeah, I'm just gonna run from you. I don't care. Bye, you dumb yamper. Part of me wants to kill that Nickit, but at the same point, I don't need the aura that bad. And it's already gone, so. Look at a dumb little Choodle walking in the road, acting like he's hot shit. God damn it, if I can get this shiny, I mean, I'm gonna get this shiny this week, I ain't giving up on it. I'm going 3 days straight of finding this damn shiny. I mean, if I can just get one, I'll be happy. Seeing as, I feel like as soon as I'll turn the stream off, I'll run into a Rookidee and find the yellow Rookidee and be like, you motherfucker. And that seems to be how this game wants me to do it. Unless I find shinies at basically full odds, I'm not getting anything. Which is actually interesting, that I think all 3 of my shinies were technically at full odds, just because none of them were above the 20 encounter mark. Because Vulpix, I only had 2 battled in the entire dex. Skuntank, that was the 2nd or 3rd Skuntank. Like, I didn't have double digits on Skuntank. And I think the Indeedee, I think, was at like 19, or it was under 19. Because I know I checked what it was when I saw 19, but I don't know exactly. So it's like, I've still got, it's like, of course, find 3 shinies, lowest odds, dumbest ways possible. Sits here for hours on end looking for Rookidee and can't find shit. Yeah, and this route sucks. I'm gonna go back to Route 1 after I do this last pass north. Fuck this. This route is hot shit. Oh my god, this bike is way too unruly. Wait, can I get the bike back from, like, Gen 6 and prior, where you could literally just turn on a dime and just boom backwards. Instead of this one where you gotta like bike around the moon to make a circle. And I'd rather see the character fall off the bike if you make it turn too sharp than have to do this whole stupid thing of like, look, I get to bike around a frickin' parking lot. Ooh boy. Ooh, here's the tightest circle I can do. But if you flick to the side, it makes you like, it tries to freak out and go one of the two directions and you just spaz off the way you're facing up or down. God damn it, Rookedy. I need you to frickin' do your shit. Just sparkle. Just give me one of you that sparkles and I'll be happy. Yeah, and hopefully, friggin' whenever A-Drive does his next top 5, which I thought he was doing them weekly, but apparently he's doing them like every 3 or 4 days. So, like, hopefully that freaking clip of the rookie or the clip for Vulpix at least makes it in. It was kind of rubbing me. I kept watching the video, and it's like I scroll down in the description and start reading that. It's like, oh yeah, nah, you didn't make the cut again. It's like, but no, we're gonna show all of the higher up Poketubers that have been getting, like, that have been hunting for random mons. Like, oh boy, look, Hatter's got a Galarian Ponyta. Great. What is that fuck? He's been hunting for who? Like, was it first egg? Was it first encounter in the game? Was it inside a gym? Just saying, you're not the only gym in the entire region where you have to fight or catch mons. The fact that someone streamed getting a shiny in there, wonder how that should be up there. That's at least a number 2. And the only reason I would say it's not number 1 would be if someone freaking glitched out the game and got one of the Legends or Eternatus, you know, like, stupid. Hey, you know what? I'm sorry. Who's over here not getting shinies yet? I'm salty because I've got 3. One of them was live, and the fact that I'm seeing all those clips that are stupid shit. Like, I've seen the same mons hunted over and over again every week, and it's like, oh boy, look, this dude got 2 friggin' Stuffle. Dude, who gives it? Like, it's Stuffle. Go to Sun and Moon, you'll find like 50 of them. It's like, bruh. Granted, I'm pretty sure it would have made the cut immediately if it was either if it was Sizzlepede, it would have made it immediately in the next video. But it's like, nope, it's a Vulpix, doesn't get the cut apparently. It's like, I sent both versions, censored and uncensored, so if it don't make it up at this point, if the next top 5 rolls around and I'm not in it, I won't be, I'll just sit there and it's like, well, done watching these. Because clearly we're not worthy. I mean, hell, you could try shiny hunting every once in a while, Aaron. See how you feel when you get something and then someone, literally everybody else who gets the same shiny is promoted above you on YouTube. Man, I'm just getting tired of seeing Rookedy. I mean, it's not hard to shiny hunt, it's just a matter of endurance, that's it. Like, can you actually sit through seeing the same mons over and over again? It's like, I'd rather have... Honestly, if this game had SOS hunting, I would be way better off. Because I can deal with that. This is just a lot more effort, and... Meh. I mean, you're already doing breeding for competitive. It's... Literally, shiny hunting is just sitting there for a little while longer. I mean, yeah, it gets easier with the Shiny Charm. You're already doing Masuda method, I think, because I think you already said you had a foreign Ditto, so, like, it's not even much more. You're literally set up. You're just not doing it. Okay, what the fuck is with these 2 routes and just not wanting to spawn in Rookedy? There we go. Jesus, give me one of them. Just need to kill the stupid birds. I want to get my, like, 3 experience for killing all these birds. Actually, I don't know. Is that actually... I was like, can you hear the buzz from the space heater? Or is it not picking up? It doesn't look like on my end it's moving, but I don't know if you can actually hear the full-on, like, noise of it. Because if not, that'd be perfect. Just means less editing I have to do, but... I'm hoping it's working. Oh, good, then you can't hear it then. I've got this massive-ass fucking space heater, because this room, you know this room has no insulation in it. And the only way it's going to heat up is probably by the time you and I get done streaming, playing through the story later, because this room has no heat source to it. Like, even the vents that get hooked up to this room don't spit out heat. So I literally just have this freaking Ottoman-sized space heater going right now, just to keep the room heated a bit. Wow, this mic is really nice. It doesn't pick that up. Holy shit. That makes the recording I did this week even easier then. Wait, so I can actually sit like this and it's not picking it up? Holy shit. Let's see, if I turn the mic, when does it start picking it up? Okay, now it looks like it might be picking it up. That was nice. Damn, I've underestimated the power of this mic. I guess I really did know how to use that filter then. I mean, I know for certain it wasn't going to pick it up if I had a pop filter, but that's effort and money. I mean, I think it's like $10 for a pop filter, but I'm just too lazy. And I got better things I can spend $10 on. I don't know, I'm trying to debate what... In my head, I'm trying to debate what I want to shiny hunt next. Because it's like... Part of me wants to just clear out Route 1, but there's another part of me that's like, why not go for something a little more interesting that nobody's really done? Yeah, I could try doing a wild... Could try just doing Dynamax shiny hunting. Just start slaughter... Just go through all these Dynamax raid battles and fucking hope I get a shiny at some point. I know it's possible. So actually, that would probably be one of the hunts that tops the Vulpix in the gym. He's getting one through that. Because I know I saw a Lucario in the... Or a shiny Lucario in the Dynamax battle, so... That would be nice. Especially seeing as the only reliable way I can hunt Riolu would be going back to Sun and Moon and having that thing risking that thing clicking Final Gambit left and right. I could breed I can breed it too, so I'm pretty sure I need like I don't know if I need an incense or that for Riolu. I feel like you wouldn't need it because it was, well, just because it was introduced in Gen 4 doesn't mean you don't need it, because look at Badoo. I mean, Badoo, Mantike, like the top two. And then I know Azurill you need the incense for. I think there's another mon I need the... No, I would have needed the incense for if I didn't have it already, but... Let's skip around and do another load. Alright, let's keep slaughtering these Rookidee here. Okay, it might be picking it up now, I don't know. Just because it's aimed over here? Alright, now the audio's not moving for it, so that's good. Rookidee, I need you to be yellow. All I need. Just give me the full yellow circle around you, and we're good. It'd be nice if I get the stars animation instead of the squares, just because apparently Nintendo went too far trying to code in 2 sets of shinies. make the squares extremely rare, but then apparently they didn't realize how the coding would work. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. People wouldn't care about getting a rare shiny or not. Like, ooh, another aura. Nice. Probably another 140 watts for me. Be nice if it was just the goddamn yellow. Give me the Rookidee. $129 watts. Alright, that wasn't as much as I thought, but whatever. Rookidee, you are actually the most useless mon in this game right now. If you could be yellow, that'd be great. Just give me the shiny Rookidee. And I'm glad Dreadnought is just here freaking slaughtering this entire route. Alright, that's a Squirrel. Oh, that's a Rookidee. Still not a shiny. I gotta be at least near 1500. Like, every time I just kill one of these Rookidees, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I have killed... I mean, I've already got at least 1,000 Rookidee under my belt. Plus, at least a few hundred. I gotta be at least 1,500 encounters in. I mean, Dreadnought, I'm glad you're just a freaking beast. But we need to get, like, rock... Actually, I gotta check my TMs. If I have Rock Slide, I feel a lot better about... Or at least, like... I mean, Rock Slide's not bad. Stone Edge would be obviously great. I know it gets Head Smash by level up. But Head Smash is not exactly the move for me. Just because I don't like that recoil damage. Stealth Rocks at Rock Blast? It's 90. Ugh. I like it because it's physical, but actually that might... Liquidation... Wait, what's the difference between Liquidation and Waterfall? Waterfall is 80. Why would I not... Wait, how much PP does Waterfall have? Waterfall's got 15. What's Liquidation? 10. So I lose 5... I lose 5 PP, but I gain that 5 power. Better just to keep it. I mean, Rock Blast, I might be tempted, but it's like... It's base 50 plus... Well, what is it? 1.5 stab, so it'd be base... It's technically base... 75? If you get... It's base 75 at the lowest? If my math is right, which probably not. So it's 50 times the 1.5 for stab. Like, it's a strong move if you're hitting stab with it, but it's like, it's not really good if you're not going to run skill link. Plus I have Rock Tomb, which is, I think, 95? I'll have to check, because I know it's a decent amount of... It's a pretty good accuracy move. But, let's see. Rock Tomb, yeah, it's 95, okay. That's actually pretty good. I'll probably stick with that, because no sense in... I mean, I gain a bit of PP, but I lose my, accuracy. So it's like, no sense in sitting here against Rookidee and missing. I mean, I'm holding the Shell Bell just in case I end up missing, but... Ain't like I'm gonna be doing that anytime soon. Watch, I say that as I'm about to miss. The game's gonna be like, you talking shit? You get hit. Which, I mean, oh boy, these Rookidee are gonna do like, what, 2 damage? fucking turning the space heater, and it's like, it's gonna get picked up. Let's see if do I have any, like, good held items? Let's see. Sort them by name, just for shits and giggles. I got a bunch of, yeah, I've got clearly a ton of, yeah, granted, most of these are smalls and mediums. I think I burned most of my candies, so. Alright, I'll just give this back to you. Actually, I'll just start giving my items around again, just to... actually, didn't really want to do that, but... Let's do that. Miracle Seed for Thwacky. Actually, I'll just do this. Yeah, like, I think that was definitely a way better play. I mean, the Wave Incense is nice, but just having the Muscle Band, giving that extra little oomph, is definitely going to help. And yeah, unfortunately, Rock Tomb is friggin' special, but you know what? It's a move. It's got a decent amount of PP, and that's what I need. So you take what you can get, and you run with it. Alright, Rookidee, I just need you to be yellow, alright? Can you just do that for me? Just need my shiny Rookidee, that's all. Just give me the sparkles. Even if I get the crappier squares, I'll take it. Which actually, if they ever fix that, how is that going to work with the game? Because if they make the stars... If they switch it to how it was supposed to be, where the stars are more common than the squares, how is that actually going to affect gameplay? Because obviously they're gonna have to put out an update if they fix it. But if they don't, I mean, if they don't, it stays as it is, where the squares are more common than the stars. But how does that end up making it? Like, I'm still trying to figure out why they needed to make the second shiny variant to begin with. Like, to me, it makes no sense to of course, I've clicked all these rock throws, and now I miss. As soon as I don't have the Shell Bell on, I miss a Rock Tomb. Really? I mean, these Rookidee probably got like 20 HP. That's it. Now I gotta throw the Shell Bell on so I can. Yeah, now I can kill this next one with my Shell Bell. So. Swap the Muscle Band off. I don't know why I gave you the Muscle Band. You're literally clicking a special move against mons that are like a 6th or 7th of your level. So, yeah. Let's get that HP back, and let's roll with it. Just out of OCD, get myself back to full. Then do that. I probably could have actually left this thing not at full. Just to keep my, so I know which one is going. I'll probably just keep Vulpix at the bottom. Yeah, keep on Vulpix, Ninetales. So let's swap. Let's do Bolton next. Let's get my little Zygarde 10% clone here. Up to speed. Let's go for that Nuzzle. Smack that bitch. I still love how that thing is really just Zygarde 10%. It's the electric type Zygarde 10. Like, wow. Just gotta get. If I can get Rookidee, that would be very nice. And it's like I'm still debating like clearing Route 1 or do I go for something later in the game. Which I might just clear Route 1 just to make it a little easier on myself for later. Ooh, an Aura Rookidee, just having a little aneurysm here. Nice to get this yellow. Alright, Bolton, do what you do. Another Rookidee bites the dust. 129 watts, ain't too bad. And let's let's keep doing what we do. And another one gone. And another one gone. All these Rookidee. At some point, you gotta feel bad for these wild mons you just keep knocking out. Like, you're literally leaving fainted bodies of Pokemon all over these routes. There's gotta be some poor bastard that has to walk around picking up all the Rookidee. Or Rookidee just fly back to like some berry farm or something and start devouring things to get healed. Then you find some Corviknight later in the game that's like level 100 Corviknight looking at you, it's like, yeah, I've been training. You slaughtered my entire family and friends, all of my family and friends on Route 1. Guess what? I'm back, bitch. Now, Squovit, you're not helping me here. I mean, unless you're shiny, I don't need you. It's like, I've got almost 5 hours I've got at least 5 hours logged live of hunting for Rookidee. Not to mention the setup time to get it to 999 encounters. But Rookidee, wouldn't you guys enjoy it better if you just sent the 3 oddballs I'm hunting for out to the front lines here to get caught, so that you can just get this over with? Like, that would make it a lot easier on you, because then you're not doing shit, and you're just dead. Then you guys can live in peace. And anytime I see a Rookidee, I can look at it and go, nope, I don't have to do that, because that mon's already been shiny. And I know I gotta feel bad for the friggin' Alola, because not only did I create so many more mons that I had to shiny hunt with, as in, like, every time I had SOS call one in, it's probably not just pulling one out of the wild, because, you know, when you SOS hunt for, like, 3 days straight, yeah, I'm pretty sure they ran out of Rattata a while ago. They're just forcing themselves to breed more and more and more. So I probably created an overpopulation problem, but I also probably burned through a lot of berries. Which, like, as far as shiny hunting went, Gen 7 really did it the best, in my opinion. Just because SOS hunting can be so efficient. I mean, you literally just get into one battle. Like, I'd be battling this one Rookidee on one side of the board the entire time. And all I would need are Leppa Berries, Citrus Berries, and Lum Berries. That's it. Leppa Berries to keep it so I can constantly keep attacking. Citrus Berries to heal me up if I start to take too much damage. And Lum Berries for if I get status ailments. They're cheap, which they're free. All you literally need to find is one in those berry piles of those berries. Go to Poképelago, unlock the berry farm, plant the berries, and you just start collecting a ton of them. Like, if you get, I know if you get the place to level 3, you can get like 12 Leppa berries per one planted. And it's like 15, I think it's 15 citrus berries, 12 Leppa, and 10 Lum per one of each of those you plant. And there's 18 plots. So, yeah. The fact that you can get an absolute ass ton of berries within... By the time you... Like, if you get those berries right at the start, get to Poképelago as soon as you can feasibly finish the game and start hauling in your berries and just start shiny hunting right when you're done. I mean, I had the shiny charm... When I played through Ultra Sun and Moon, I had the shiny charm on the second island. Just because I did all the work in Sun and Moon, so... All I had to do was just put them... I took the entire mons from Sun and Moon, put them in the bank, and then dropped them right into Ultra Sun and Moon as soon as I could. So, made it easy as hell. Got the shiny charm early, and then just started slowly crafting up my shiny hunting team, which is just the Trevenant that I use for skill swap, harvest, trick the Leppa Berry, and... got the Trevenant, got my Fortress that Aaron actually built, with Toxic Spikes, Spikes, Stealth Rocks, and Volt Switch. Since Trevenant doesn't... I don't think it gets any sort of, like, passing moves. Like U-Turn, Volt... I know it doesn't get U-Turn or Volt Switch. I don't think it gets Baton Pass. It might get Memento, but I don't want it to faint just because that's not something I'd enjoy doing, because I can also get a lot of experience out of it. And then I've got my 4 Decidueye, typically, at least my 3 to 4 Decidueye that I'll run, that all have the exact same moveset of Leafage, False Swipe, U-Turn, Substitute. If you can get all 3 of them to have long reach, that is perfect. But it's not like a required thing. But if the 3 of them have long reach, then you're not activating abilities like the wild mons you're fighting. You won't be worried about Flame Body, Static, Poison Point, you know, things like that, like Iron Barbs. You don't worry about those, the physical contact abilities, that like the negative abilities that hit you. So it's definitely nice. And it definitely made shiny hunting in those games a hell of a lot easier when you don't have to worry about any of those ailments. But then again, if you have 10 tons of Lumberries, you don't need to worry about that. Because you can just immediately Lumberry the status away. But then you gotta worry about it happening again, and again, and again. So, and believe me, if anybody's got experience with SOS hunting in Sun and Moon, it'd probably be me. Just because I've hunted almost everything that can be SOS hunted in those games. The only ones I didn't do, I think, were Riolu and Lickitung. And some of the other mons that I already have. Or that I could get easier in the old generation games. Like, I think some of the water types, like I know Caravana and Sharpedo, I did the chain fishing method in Oras and got those. And anything else I could get, I tried to get a lot in Oras just because I'm playing, like, my freaking 3DS XL has not even been able to rest off. Like, it has not stopped playing Oras in so long that it's probably way overkill, but I mean, obviously I put the DS in rest mode, but I mean, now I'm just using Oras as my breed factory for everything that I can put into 6th gen to shiny hunt. I'm gonna breed it in 6th gen just because I have the Battle Resort, I have the Shiny Charm, and it's making it easy as hell to just sit there, go to the Battle Resort, grab my egg, go to the right, get that corner, put a little paperweight on the up button, and just let it run. I mean, I can clear, on average, I think I'm able to clear at least 6 parties per... I can clear a box an hour, basically, if I'm solely focused on doing that. So, it definitely gets a lot easier. And of course, I mean, the Shiny Charm, I think my odds are like 1 in 500 something. I think it's like 512. But yet I'll still be breeding like 1,000 eggs per some mons just to get them. So, kind of sucks, but is what it is. And it's like it's an auto hunt then, so I don't need to. Like, I'm not sitting there having to constantly like this run around and check for it. Could I do that? Yeah. What do I want to do that? Not really. I just like the breed. I mean, once we get the Pokemon home and all that from this for this generation, then I'll be more willing to breed here. It's just because Gen 7 it was a bit clunky for me to do that. Just because you got to put in a lot more effort to do the breed hunting the way I would do it. Because the Lake of Outrage is probably, or not Lake of Outrage, the wild area breed place would probably be where I go to do a fair amount of breeding, just because it's a wide open area. It's not as easy as doing it in Oras, but beggars don't always get to be choosers. So, if I had my way, I would... Honestly, if I could do anything, I would merge Gen 6 and 7 and make it so you can breed, like, put breeding as, like, the location for Gen 6 with the mechanics of Gen 7. As in, I can breed Gen 6. Like, give me the Battle Resort, but make it so I can talk to the kid and swap mons or eggs out from my party for more eggs. So I can just keep the hunt rolling. Because as it is right now with Oras, I have to constantly... You have to stop every 5 eggs you hatch. Because you can only carry 5 eggs plus your Flame Body Mon. And then you gotta go to the PC, empty your party, and then go back, talk to the kid again, run around, grab your 5 eggs, and rinse repeat that way. Gen 7 was nice where, as soon as the egg hatched, you could go talk to the daycare person, or the nursery person, and swap your eggs out. And just like, okay, well, I got my first... Got my friggin... I'm trying to think of it. Why can't I not remember the stars? Got my first Litten here. Litten's hatched. Alright, swap it for an egg. And the next Litten hatches. Alright, if it's ready, swap it for another egg. And just keep doing that. And you just keep going, and then if you get the shiny Litten, you could pull the Incineroar or your parent out of the daycare, and then hatch the eggs you got left. go with that unless you're going for all three like I will. Which I don't think I think I only need like 2 Litten. So let me just check. I'm just looking at my list here because I wrote down all the shinies that I need, which I'm 302, I think, including all the alternate forms. Because I did the math, and then I think I get Skuntank. Oh wait, no, I'm low. I think I'm just under 300 now. Because that was the math I did when I had Skuntank checked off. And when I say including the alternate forms, I'm including anything that has a competitive difference. I'm going for those forms, like Kyurem Black, Kyurem White, the Rotom forms, Giratina Origin form, the Genie, the Therian forms, the Genies, Lycanroc. I think Midday is the only one I'm gonna go for, just because trying to get, I'd have to go through a lot more of a meticulous setup to get the Dusk form, which I wouldn't mind it, but it's way more effort than it's gonna end up being worth, I think. Which, maybe I'll save that towards the end. But, like, Wormadam's got those extra forms, which they don't really do much different, but I'm gonna go for them just to do it. I mean, Toxtricity, I think... Yeah, I got Toxtricity on here for the 2 forms of that. I'm gonna go for Basculin's Blue Stripe, even though it's not any different, so to speak. I mean, technically it's different because it's... I think it's Reckless versus Rockhead, I think. It's... Whatever one doesn't, I know one of them gets Rockhead, which I think is the red, but the other one is the one that like that boosts the power of it. It's like, I think it's like Star Raptor, where it's got the it just boosts the amount of damage it's doing, but obviously it's gonna take more recoil because it's doing more damage with those like Brave Bird and Takedown, Double Edge, all that sort of nonsense. Too bad, like, Self-Destruct isn't boosted by that. That would be stupid. It's like, oh great, this move that's already based, like, 250 power. Yeah, let's just amp it up a notch by adding Reckless to it and making it, like, over base 300, like, stronger than Z moves. Which, I'm pretty sure Self-Destruct is still stronger than most Z moves. I don't know about all of them, but I'm fairly certain Self-Destruct is still stupid powerful. I'm just gonna look up the damage on it. I think it's 250. Last I remember, it was 250. But so should I keep the hunt going while I do it? Nope, not that. Give me Dexter. Even though Dexter sucks. I mean, I like Dexter for the simplicity of it, but it's just so goddamn dumb. Like, they need to fix it, and they're not going to, which is a shame. Because it could be a really good Pokedex app, but it's just not, because it's... You try to look up anything in the old gen, it's gonna be broken. Oh, Self-Destruct is 200, okay. Am I thinking Explosion then? Explosion was base 250? Yeah, Explosion's base 250, okay, that's why. Even still, that's like, there's hella strong moves. I'm pretty sure they're stronger than Z moves. Like, I don't even know what... I feel like, what would the strongest Z move even be? I think most of them hit, like, maybe they're on par with Self-Destruct, but then it's like... Actually, does Z Self-Destruct... Does Z Explosion actually get weaker? I'm kind of curious. Z Explosion, let's see. I'm kind of curious, like, what the base power is on it, more than anything else. Okay, great. Thanks for literally giving me the images of them instead of telling me, like, the damage. Wait, does it say? Oh, it'll probably be in the Gen 6 onward category, right? Loading can also be used as part of Contest Spectacular, blah blah blah. Let's see. Gen 7. Let's see. You're gonna tell me... It gets weaker? Are you kidding me? Explosion drops from 250 to 200 as a Z move. What the fuck? That's so dumb. Why? I mean, part of it makes sense, but like, why? Why do you drop it at 50 power? That makes it not as good. I'm sure you probably still blow yourself up, but like, what is the point of going for Z Explosion to hit with a weaker explode? Like, you're hitting with it's basically hitting with self-destruct. That's so dumb. Like, if it upped it to like 3, I mean, granted, if it went to 300, I'm pretty sure Electrode's value just shot through the roof. Just because, oh boy, Z Explosion, kaboom! And the fastest mon in Gen 1, the biggest kamikaze. Like, holy shit. I never, like, that's dumb. Of all the moves that have a lower base power, like, the Z moves are supposed to make the moves stronger. Yet Z Explosion makes it weaker. It's like, what? Why would you do that? I mean, I'm kind of glad the Z moves are only contained to the one generation, but there's a lot of mechanics that only show up in one gen that only get to exist for like 20 minutes, basically, in Pokemon. And it's like double battling came in Gen 3 and has just been a staple since. Like, it's been there and it's going nowhere. Just because VGC is not... I'm surprised when they brought in triple battles, they didn't try to push that as the new metagame. Like, make it a 6v6 with the introduction of that to try and increase them. It makes it a little more interesting if you got spicing it up every once in a while. But I can see why double battling kind of became a standard. I mean, single battles are just 3-on-3, so not as interesting. But I don't know. It's just kind of like Pokemon needs to... They need to change some things, but they need to also keep moving in a certain direction. Because they start to change too much. Like, I mean, obviously Pokemon has been basically the same games for 8 generations now. Which, I mean, I'm not going to complain. It makes the game... Because then you're learning more about the Mons themselves versus how you're using them. I mean, you get to learn how the Mon works, and you're not worrying about how it works with new mechanics. Like, certain moves get buffed every once in a while, which Astonish still needs to be buffed. Like, Lick and Astonish need to get... Those are 2 moves I know right out the gate that need to get a slightly... Not quite the Leech Life treatment, but they need to get a buff. Like, if those moves don't get a buff, you're still going to see no one clicking them. Because you can only use them, really, like, in the mid-game for Pokemon. But it's like, if you're in the mid-game, like, if you're going 3rd to 5th gym, really, you're not wanting to click Lick. You're probably clicking Flamethrower, or Headbutt, or Hydro Pump, if anything. Like, you know, you're going the stronger moves. You're starting to really flush out your team's power and kind of not so much lock in what you're going to be using for the long haul, but like early game your Mons are like very interchangeable. You can pick and choose really what you're running when. You don't have a lot of lock. Like, I would say going into the 3rd gym, your team is very interchangeable. Like, your starter's probably going to be there. You're probably running the Bird, and maybe if you've got an HM Slave, you'll probably be rocking that, but other than that, it's like those last 3 slots are kind of like whatever you want to run you can put in there. Like, if you picked, say, if you're playing Platinum, if you pick Chimchar, you'll probably go for a Grass type or a Water type, or, I mean, you probably do like a Bidoof, just so you have a Grass type, and you know that Bibarel is on the way since you probably have a Bidoof as your HM Slave, so it's like, it's right there, it's not bad. And then you got probably your Staraptor, just because it's Staraptor. If you're playing Gen 4 and you're not using Staraptor, it's because you're doing a Nuzlocke and the thing died. And you didn't want to catch a Staravia on like the 4 other routes you can find a Staravia. Or you just didn't run into them. But still. It's like those last 3 slots you might go with a Badoo just to... Because Rose Raid's not bad. And it gives you grass type coverage, so you got that fire, water, grass. Then you might be packing like Kricketot, just so you got an advantage over a psychic type. Which, granted, then your team is weak to flying, which means you probably have like a rock type, or maybe you picked up a Shinx before Jubilife City, so you're rocking with like a Luxio. And it's like after the Maylene's gym, like Maylene, Crasher Wake, Fantina, that 3 gym kind of gauntlet. I would say you're probably, like, at least by Crasher Wake and Fantina, you've finished your team's crafting. Like, you're done. Really, the only things you're going to change up are if your team is weak to any certain gym leaders down the line. Like, if you're weak to Byron, you really shouldn't be. Because, I mean, if your team is, like, as I said, how you built it, like, if you have Chimchar as your starters, you probably have Infernape. Like, Infernape, Bibarel, Staraptor, Roserade, Luxray, and Kricketune. That team is probably not going to have too many issues against Byron. I mean, Kricketot and Infernape will probably have the biggest set of weaknesses to it. Staraptor's not going to be doing much because it's resisted by like everything in that gym. But all in all, it's very possible to have your team flushed out. Like, you'll probably pull Kricketune off the team, put in something else. Like, you might go Alakazam just to have a fast, hard-hitting Mon, just to have your extreme glass cannon out front. Or you might play a little more defensive. You might go pick up a Bronzong or something. You might go and you might be sitting there trying to find a Munchlax, you know? Like, be one of the lucky few that plays through Platinum and actually finds the Munchlax on the Honey Tree. Then again, it's possible, because you have your you can look up online with your trainer ID through some site as to what 2 of your 4 trees are for Munchlax. So, it's possible. It's a lot of effort, but it's possible. I'm not going to go that way because I've already got the Munchlax I need. Got my shiny Munchlax and Snorlax already, so I'm good. Don't got to worry about that. That's what made SOS hunting so good, was that you legitimately just sit there. I mean, you sit and you kill. That's it. And with my setup, like the 3 to 4 Decidueye, those Mons, if you max out the moves on all of them, you can get, I think, 128 encounters, or like 128 knockouts, just with those 3, or just with one of them. Let alone if you're packing 3 to 4. I think you can go 127 to 128, depending, like, because your first one is probably going to false swipe the Mon you're hunting down to 1 health. So you'll have 63 false swipes left, you'll have 64 leafages, and then you'll get your U-turn at the end, once you have to swap out once you're out of moves. Or you could just find another high PP move to run. I just run U-turn just because it seems like it'd probably be better. Like, it's better to get the kill and swap out than it would be to just hard swap, in my opinion. So, I don't know, that's kind of where I stand on that. I mean, it's a great battle mechanic, and then, like, if I had to rate the different methods of shiny hunting, I would put SOS up on top. Just because it's the quickest, it's the most efficient. Once you know what you're doing and you build a team to do it, you start belting out encounters. Like, I could probably, honestly, like, I can breed in ORAS a box an hour. I could probably say easily 50 to 60 SOS encounters per hour if I sat down and just did that. So, it's very possible to get, like, you could pull shiny. That's most of what I did in July. Like, most of my Mons on that list were SOS. Like, it was between SOS and DexNav for those 2. Because I went for some of the Mons that's like, I could have done them in Sun and Moon through SOS, but they're a pain in the ass because they're a low call rate. But, I mean, if I look at July here, it's like, I mean, you got Mons like Goldeen, Feebas, Scatterbug. No, Scatterbug, did I just get? No, Scatterbug was Breed. Fletchling, Bounsweet, did Comfy, which was a pain in the ass. Did Trubbish, I did both my Dippies. Got Trubbish and Garbodor. Did Cleffa, and Beldum and Matang I did. I'm trying to like read down the line. I did Sandile's line. I did Chinchou. I did Elekid, Togedemaru, Alolan Sandshrew and Sandslash, Glalie, Snorunt, and Frostlass. I got one Trapinch for Flygon. Like, then I did obviously the rest of that line later. Oh, don't go killing Wooloo. Hey, Bolton, you got places to be. You gotta get the birds. Just give me the shiny. All I need right now is just my shiny Rookidee. That is all. I'll probably get a bite here, and I'll probably stream for another half hour, and then I'll grab a bite to eat before I go live with Aaron. So probably do this until about 11:15. So I'll go half hour more of slaughtering these small little birds. All we got to do is kill these birds. So, I mean, day 1 of 3 for my gauntlet, not quite where I wanted it to be, but you know what? I'm doing my 3-day grind. We'll get. I saw that Rookidee. You better. I was about to say you better still be there, Rookidee. Oh, you got Aura now. Nice. That's sweet. Trade it off. I got an upgrade. That's a good one. So I'll probably get like another 130. I thought the Aura ones are supposed to be more common once you've killed like 25 of them. Apparently not. Granted, I mean, I'm not expecting to be overflowing with Aura, but it'd be nice. And obviously I know I've gone beyond the 25 chain, so I should be getting a lot, unless it resets at a certain point, which would be dumb, but... Well, I think Sun and Moon's, like, when you did SOS hunting, I think it reset, like, every 200 or so encounters. Something like that. I saw somewhere where it was, like, every 250, your odds go reset back to 1. And it's like, that doesn't... I mean, I can see that doesn't make a lot of sense, but then again, when I would sit there and I would just stubbornly hunt Mons left and right, like... And I would sit there for days on end with some Mons hunting them. But... honestly, for me, SOS hunting is still one of my favorite methods, just because, as much as it doesn't require a lot of effort, it requires just enough pre-planning to know what you're gonna do. Because generally, every SOS hunt, if the Mon was grounded, I put Toxic Spikes up. Just because getting the status ailment, increasing my catch rate, made it that much easier. But I would like to see if they put an entry hazard in that did paralysis, or burn, like... That, I think, would be a cool one. Like, do something like Carkol, I think, in my opinion, would be the perfect Mon to learn a new type of entry hazard. Call it, like, Hot Coals, where you throw, like, you quite literally throw coals on your opponent's side of the field, and when your opponent comes in, they get burned. Or like, an Electric type one. You'd make, like, call it, like, Split Wires or something, where you throw a lot of electricity on your opponent's side of the field, and it's constantly sparking that side of the field, meaning when your opponent comes in, they're paralyzed. But I would also say you make a buff to Mons, like to the types of Mons that come in on those hazards. Like, okay, if I've got loose wire set up on my side of the field, and I send out Bolton, Bolton should get healed a certain amount, like, make it like 10%. For setting foot on those wires. Make fire types get healed 10% for coming in on hot coals. Make poison types get healed 10% for coming in on toxic spikes. Like, make it that way so it buffs those Mons as well. Because then, make it so they get rid of them, obviously, when they absorb it. But getting that bit of health also not only gives the Mons longevity, because, I mean, Mons like Tentacruel that are typically, like, you'll see Tentacruel, Skuntank, Toxicroak maybe, but preferably like Tentacruel is the one Mon that I see come into mind that always wants to come in on T-Spikes, because whatever is setting up those T-Spikes typically does not enjoy seeing a Tentacruel come in front of them. So that's where it kind of makes it a little easier for that. But you'll buff certain mons like that. Like, the fire-type mons will get a slight buff, and obviously you only make it mons that would be affected by them. Like, hot coals would probably be something like that's grounded, like toxic spikes. Split wire, I think, maybe could hit flying types. But I think what it would probably need to be is, like, if it's off the ground, they don't take... Like, flying types off the ground take, like, 6% from the split wire, but they don't get paralyzed. Or make it so, like, if they roost, they get paralyzed. Like, stuff like that's what I've always thought should happen. Like, if you're roosting, you're landing on the ground to heal, so you should get hurt by the entry hazards. Like, not stealth rocks, I would be the only ones that say don't get hurt by, just because stealth rocks act differently than the other hazards. Like, stealth rocks are floating in the air at all times until they get defogged or rapid spin away. So that's that. But other than that, I would see no reason that if you land on the ground and there's toxic spikes out, you're not telling me they're landing at the perfect spot that toxic spikes don't exist. They're still landing on their side of the field. So they should be getting hit by said stealth rocks. Or not, like, by the spikes, by the T-spikes. You know, punish Roost a little bit. So Roost isn't just, like, like, you come in and you're not just getting a hyper potion for free, you know? Like, you're not... Like, you don't come in and get that easy heal doing nothing. Is there a gender difference between the Skwovet? I just realized this one doesn't have a lot of freckles. I think the females, there might be a gender difference between Skwovet. I could be wrong, but I think the female might have more of the freckles up on the cheeks. I'll take a look. If I find another Skwovet, I'm going to try and look at it to see. Because that one only had the things on, like, on the very top of it, like right up underneath its eyes. Whereas I think the females have had them, like, on the actual front so you can see them. Okay, there's a Skwovet in that other patch of grass there, so I'm gonna go to it and hunt it. Or, not hunt it, but I'll at least, like, take care of it. Let's kill this Rookity here. Gotta focus, one thing at a time here. Kill the bird, then check out the squirrel. Now this will be when I find the shiny Skwovet. Oh, there's two Skwovet here. Alright, let's see. Alright, so I'm guessing you're... I'm gonna say you're male. Because you only have those two little ones next to your nose. Okay, so that's a male. So I'll check the other one and see if it's female then. Nope, I'm guessing you're male? Okay. Interesting. Didn't really expect that. Alright, I'm gonna go one more and then I'm gonna go back to Rookity. It's another fucking male. Okay, what the hell? No, okay, so there is no gender difference then. Okay. I was gonna say, like, I thought that was gonna be the thing, but... Alright, I didn't want another Skwovet. I just wanted to get frickin' Rookities. That's all I'm after is Rookity. I don't know why I thought I saw the spots on the front of their face then. But, whatever. Alright, let's see. Where is the Rookity? There's two Rookity over here. Okay. So that should be good. We do what we do. We kill what we must. And we'll tear them all down. Yo, Surfetched, how close are you to actually leveling up? Like, I'm just curious, because you've been sitting at that low amount of XP that you need for so long. Like, okay, you're literally 2 away from leveling up. Good. So this next battle, we'll get a level up on Surfetched, and then we'll be good to go. Make sure we get this one nice and easy. I mean, if I don't get, like I said, if I don't get the shiny today, it ain't the end of the world, so... Just means I hunt tomorrow and get the shiny. There we go. Nice level 31 Surfetched. Yep, there's a Rookidee. I mean, the more Rookidee I can get in this last 20 minutes or so, the better. So not quite as long as I wanted to hunt today, but at the same point, we'll be doing it more a little later on, so... Alright, there's Nickit, there's Squovit. Rookidee. Please, can you just give me the shiny here? Like, I don't like slaughtering the entire Rookidee population for Galar. I just want to do it. And I'm a little miffed that we didn't get, like, they advertised the church in frickin' Sword and, like, when they first showed the trailers for this, the first thing I noticed was the church. And I was hoping we'd get to see some sort of, like, of course, this is Nintendo's not going to do the religious thing, but, you know, it would be cool to see if Nintendo decided to drop a religious element to it. Like, they could have really capitalized on the memes and been like, yo, we're going on a crusade, boys! Like, something like that. You know what? Like, it's crusading time. Like, screw Chairman Rose. Grab your swords, grab your shields. It's a crusade. Time to free Galar from all the dummies. And by dummies, we're looking at Ash, because he's coming to Galar. And we need to not let him get here, because he's gonna ruin everything. Because knowing him, he's gonna show up. I mean, the anime is getting, like, the soft reboot with what they're doing, so part of me wants to say it's a good thing, but yet if Ash is still going to be so dead set about battling, he really needs to up his game, because he is not a good battler. I don't care what anybody tells you. His best battling he had done, Sinnoh and Kalos are his best 2 battling regions. Change my mind. Won't happen. I'm telling you right now, no. By far, the only times he truly succeeded were when he started thinking outside the box. And not thinking outside the box as in, you know, like, I'm going to go into an electric-type gym, bringing my 1 ground type, and that's the only mon I'm packing, and I refuse to use Pikachu because I want to prove the other mons on my team can do something. It's like, bro, your Unova team sucks. Hate to break it to you, Ash, but when your Palpitoad is forgettable, when half of your Alola team, or not Alola, but your Unova team is forgettable as can be, dude, they were literally giving you they gave you so many different mons just to fill out the typings. Because it's like, okay, you had Tepig, you had Snivy, you had Oshawott, you had a Boldore for some reason. You have Palpitoad. You got Leavanny that you had as a Sewaddle. You had a Sewaddle to Swadloon to Leavanny. You had Crocodile, which Crocodile was the best thing you had out of that generation. It's the only mon worth saving. Leavanny's not bad, but it's Leavanny. Like, why would you want Leavanny when you have... If you want a grass type from Ash's lineup, Bulbasaur, Sceptile. I think he had... Was it Meganium? Or I think it might have still been a Bayleaf, but Bayleaf or Meganium. You've got... By far, Sceptile, I think, is his best grass. As much as I love Bulbasaur, I gotta give Sceptile that spot just because, dude, you can't tell me that thing taking down Darkrai did so much good. And Ash, that Darkrai fight could have gone so much better. I will applaud him, because he finally used a little bit of a strategy against somebody that wasn't, you know, Thunder Armor. Dumbest plot device in all of Pokemon was Thunder Armor. Cool gimmick, but fuck was that stupid. He should have knocked out his own Swellow doing that. Like, that would have been hilarious. Watching his dumbass drop a Thunderbolt on himself. Like, Pikachu would have been fine. His Pikachu's been shown to either have Static or Lightning Rod, like, 5 different occasions. But it would still be hilarious to see that Swellow just starts falling towards the ground because Pikachu literally slaughtered him. But still it would have been hilarious to see that. And to make matters even better after that, you got, and then you go to, like, you get the wackiest shit. I mean, you go from the Sinnoh League where Pikachu single-handedly dropped that Latios, and then he's losing to a level 5 Snivy. Like, what? How do you justify this? And it wasn't like that rival was even a good rival. That dude was just a dick. I mean, okay, to be fair, Paul was a dick. But Paul was the literal antithesis of Ash. Like, Paul was all about brute force and strategy. Ash is all about having fun, catching them all. Battling is just like a pastime. He's not really concerned with winning or losing. It's more about, did you have fun? Did you get the participation medal? There you go. You enjoy that. Whereas Paul is like, no. If you're aiming for anything less than first place, you're going to lose. And if you cannot grasp first place and hold on to it against 100 battles, you deserve to lose. It's like, damn, Paul, you are brutality here. I like you because you're a powerhouse, but I hate you because you're an asshole. So it's like, yikes. And it's like, of course, of the other rivals that he's had, it's like, Johto, he had, like, I think Johto, he had a couple of rivals. Hoenn, he really didn't have a rival. I mean, May was technically, but May was more concerned with contests. So it wasn't like they were doing any battling. I mean, you had Morrison, you had that other dude that he fought that had the frickin' the Meowth with the hat, the cowboy Meowth, as I always called it. But other than those two, I don't remember much else. I mean, Morrison, I didn't like the way they put Morrison in the Pokemon League. Like, having him lose the Growlithe and his Girafarig in the beginning just because he wasn't giving any commands. Ash should have caught on after he knocked out the first Mon that Morrison wasn't going to do anything. And I would have taken Pikachu, and I would have just ran him right over to Morrison. Be like, Pikachu, go to Morrison. Grab his leg. Then Morrison would be like, what? And the referee would be like, wait, what are you doing? It's like, Pikachu, Thunder Shock. And Morrison would be like, what the hell was that for? It's like, wake the fuck up. Either battle or forfeit. I'm not going to sit here and slaughter your team just because you don't feel like giving a command because you don't want to battle a friend. Do it. Do it or get the fuck out. And then Pikachu comes running back over and it's like, good. You did what you were supposed to do. And then he went battling hardcore and he still lost. And it's like, Morrison would have had a better chance had he not thrown away a third of his team. Throwing away like 2 or 3 Mons out the gate. Just because you don't want to battle Ash. Like, it makes no sense. The entire time he's talking about he's excited to battle Ash. He's excited to battle Ash. And then he just gives up. Like, mentally he just taps out. He's like, done. I'm out. Quit throwing that white flag like Brock's Geodude in the fighting tournament. Nope, I'm done. Can't do that. Which, Brock, what the fuck were you thinking? You're supposed to be the smart guy. Why the fuck did you pick Geodude to go up against, at minimum, a Hitmonchan? Like, I'm sorry. What was your thought process? How did you think that was gonna work? This is the same dude who berated Ash for walking into his gym with a Pikachu, a Caterpie, and a Pidgeotto. And yet he walks up to a guy with a Hitmonchan, he's like, yo, I know my rock type is weak to you, but I'm gonna fight you. It's like, no, you're not Ash, alright? And the only reason Ash gets that lucky is because he has plot armor. And if he doesn't win, then the series gets halted for 20 episodes, like frickin' Goku holding up the frickin' Spirit Bomb. So, you have no room to stand on, Brock. You're the smart one. You were supposed to teach Ash how to battle, not be his stupid partner. And the only reason I'm saying that is like, Brock, I loved you as a character. Diamond and Pearl, you were awesome. It was funny watching Happiny, how much you cared for it like a toddler. And then it would literally just rip up Mount Coronet from the ground and throw it at someone. Like, Happiny was never a problem. Happiny didn't need babying. And Krogunk being the frickin' cock block. It was always funny watching Brock get cock blocked. Like, Misty doing it was hilarious for the first two generations of, or the first two regions in the anime. Then you got Max doing it, and Hoenn was hilarious. Sinnoh, you literally have Krogunk looking at him, and he just turns his hand purple. And Brock can already tell that he shouldn't be doing it, but he's gonna go for it. And Krogunk just gives him the frickin' taser right in the ribs. And it's like... Like, I'm pretty sure Brock actually needs to be eating Pecha Berries on a daily basis from all the shit Krogunk was giving him. Like, that was by far... Krogunk was the best way to do it. And then you had 5th Gen, where it's like... 5th Gen just took steps backwards for the anime. Like, you took Brock and... You basically just turned Brock into a douchebag, in my opinion. Like, I didn't like Silent, just because... he was an over-the-top jackass. Like, he had to be the next level of everything. And then it's like... Then you had Iris who was going around with him, trying to replace Misty. And it's like... Stop trying to replace the old nostalgia characters from Gen 1, and just put the old Gen 1 characters into it. Like, I would have rather seen Brock and Misty go through Unova. Because at least then you would have had interesting characters to stand with. You know, like... You don't need to have character development. I mean, yeah, we could have gotten a little more backstory with Misty and her Gyarados, which... Thanks, Alola, for just giving her the Gyarados that we've been joking for, like, all of Kanto that she was a Gyarados. Because she was just such an angry... She was a quick-tempered, easy-to-anger personality. Which made her a lovable character, because she would get angry so bad, she'd be like, "What the hell did you say to me?" Like, "I am not." And then she'd turn around and be like... She'd literally do the exact same thing she just said she's not, and it's like... Misty, that's why you're an awesome character. And they tried recreating that with Iris, and it's like, you can't recreate something without making it good. Like, Iris and Silent are the two weakest companions Ash ever had through the entire anime, and I will not go against that at all. There's no changing it. I don't care. Like, Sun and Moon, the whole thing was weak with Sun and Moon until the end. And even then... How did Ash have a close call when the dude had Melmetal? Like, no. How does Melmetal have to, like, go to a draw with Silvally? Like, that's the part I don't get, is how is it even remotely close? If anything, Ash should have had Lycanroc versus... Like, he had the Lycanroc Midday, or Lycanroc Dusk. Put that against the frickin' Silvally. Does a good number on it. Then you have Melmetal sitting there ready to put holes in people. Like, that thing is a beast. That attack stat is too high to tell me that it went toe-to-toe with Silvally, of all things, and got bodied. Like, I'm sorry, the thing with... I'm sorry, isn't Silvally based, like, 95s? I'm fairly certain it's 95s across the board, because it's not quite a mythical, because that would be too easy to give it a mythical that can change typing at the will, but I'm fairly certain right now. I'll pull it up to see. Silvally. I think you're 90 or 95s. You're 95s. So, that thing is based 95s, whereas Melmetal has like 130 in attack. I mean, yeah, its special stats aren't great, but Silvally was hitting it for the most part from what I saw with physical attacks. And Melmetal was trying to punch it. So, I'm fairly certain Melmetal would just win. Like, no contest. Change my mind. Not gonna happen. And the entire cast of Alola being, like, dumbed down to like, grade school kids. I get that Ash is 10. The kid has at least 2 championship titles under his belt. They're not big well, okay. They're not technically big championship belts. Battle Frontier and the Orange Island League. Those two are the leagues I would say that, since they're the only two he's won, the Battle Frontier was the best win he could have had. Whereas the friggin' Orange Islands was more or less just like a team bonding experience with a Lapras. That's about it. And the fact that he released Lapras at the end was like, dude, you could have kept that Lapras and had a decent Mon. Like, I'll still say, every time he goes back to Kanto, a little piece of me is like, oh, do we get to see Pidgeot? Is he gonna do it? And then my brain remembers, there's 29 other Tauros. There's Kingler. There's Muck. Like, there's all these mons that have literally only been used, like, twice. It's almost like, why the hell did he even have them? Caterpie he caught just to say he has a Caterpie. So, there's no point. Like, or the Kingler was just, like, Krabby was just caught because he hadn't caught a mon in so long. And Misty was like, ha, I bet you could, you don't even know how to catch one. Threw a Pokeball, caught a Caterpie, or, I don't know why I keep calling Caterpie. Caught Krabby, and it was like, boom, look at that, Misty. Fuck you, I've got it. Then he got to the freaking Pokemon League, and Professor Oak said something about how Gary picked up one of his new mons and worked with it. And Ash was like, alright, you know what? Krabby, come on the squad. And it's like, you what? You what? And then Krabby just 1v3s the whole damn thing. It's like, dude beat down Executor, he beat down Golbat, and I think he beat down a Seadra. Like, Krabby had no business being in that fight, but he won it. And it's like, he evolved halfway through, he evolved after he beat down the Executor, and just tore everything apart. Granted, that Executor probably gave, like, a shit ton of XP, because there's no way Krabby was more than, like, level 10 when Ash caught the thing, and it had never been used. Unless it's been gaining levels at Oak's lab and no one's been saying nothing about how Oak's training those mons. Like, if he's researching them and using them to fight, then that's one thing, but I don't see Oak as the type to train and research. Maybe after he picked up Tracy as the research assistant, then yeah, but I don't think Oak was that proficient at battling. Even though the hidden battle in Gen 1 would tell you otherwise. Which, I really wanted them to do something with that. Like, make Oak in Alola, when they show him all throughout Gen 7, make it so after you fight him as the champion, he'll look at you with a team of Kantomons, or even give him the team that was hidden in Red, Blue, and Yellow. And just have him pull it out and be like, hey, I want to see just how strong the champions here are, because I've seen some champions in my day. And then he gets the floor mopped with him by your team, and he's like, well, guess I lose. Guess this is where I give up. But I'll go back to... I mean, I'm still a Pokemon professor, so my battling skills shouldn't be that good. So, it is what it is with that. Would have been cool to, like, throw some Easter eggs like that in there, like... Or make Oak, like, once you've battled everybody as the champion rematches, then you just get to see Oak as the final challenger that comes up, and he's like, hey, I may be a Pokemon professor, but I want to see what it takes to be a champion. And it's like, or have like Red and Blue come up and try to challenge you for the title of Alola champion, you know? Like, that would have been cool. Like, instead of just seeing them at the battle tree, give them a little bit more to work with. I don't know, little things like that I think would make for a cooler Pokemon game, is doing nods, doing more old gen nods to make it more appealing for the old gen crowd. Like, dropping more of the trainers in, which I'm really... Part of me wants to just see how the Sword and Shield anime, if they drop the female trainer in it, just because I want to see if they make her Scottish or not. That would be hilarious, just because everything I see on the internet is like, oi, cunt! Because you know they're not going to do that. They're not going to... If they're keeping, like, this new trainer and Ash as the main two, if the other trainers come in, then that'll be clean. Which I think the trailers originally showed, like, they're going through each of the regions, which I don't quite understand why. I mean, technically it's another chance to see Pidgeot, but I don't think that's really going to help us. Because we're never actually going to get Pidgeot back. Just saying, like, doesn't seem like it's going to work. Could work. Has potential to work. Doubtful that it actually will. Or if anything, you'll see a Pidgeot flying off in the distance and get all sad. You'll be like, if only I could have actually battled in the Pokemon Leagues. You know, like... I think Pidgeotto might have had, like, one of the early qualifying rounds. But I don't think it got to battle other than that. Because I know it didn't battle against Richie, which, again, as I've said numerous times, that battle was bullshit. Oh, I should have swapped Volt and Doubt. Whoopsie. Yeah, that magnet boosted struggle really seems to help you there, huh? Oh god, that did a lot of... Well, then again, it does 1/4 of your health, so 22. Yeah. Still a lot of damage. Alright, Surfetched. No, I don't want to restore you. Well, I probably have level berries, don't I? I have 2. Never mind. Yeah, we're just gonna swap you with Surfetched and get a couple of freaking... Get a couple of good hits in here. Because I'm gonna be wrapping it up here in a couple of minutes. Or, a few more minutes. So, like I said, I'm going until 11:15, then I'm gonna grab a bite to eat. And then Aaron and I are gonna come live with the story. So, it'll be what it does. Nice, got you a nice crit there, Surfetched. So let's keep on swinging. Get every Rookidee we can get right now. Like, we're just gonna start booking it up and down this route. Nab every Rookidee. And then, if we get it today, we get it today. If not, like I said, I'll be coming back tomorrow. Probably do same thing, like probably do a 9:30 to 11. I'll probably just do like 9:30 to 11 tomorrow, and just try to do it again. Then I'll do Thursday. Thursday I'll probably go a little longer, but I'll probably do like 10 to 2. Something like that. Like, give it a few hours just to actually get something going with it. Which, I'm going on this grind and getting Rookidee. I don't care. This is like day 3 or 4. I think it's day like 3 of me hunting Rookidee. So, I'm gonna get it. I will not stop until I get this friggin' Rookidee. Like, this is not gonna be something I just give up on. Alright, let's see. Did I get a Rookidee back here? I did. Okay. Just trying to make sure I can speed through all these encounters, because every time you roll the die, it's just one more chance to get yourself a shiny. And I'm at the point where the game should be re-rolling a lot. So, kind of be nice if you could do that for me, game, and like actually give me a favor instead of being dumb. But I'll deal with it. Alright, nice. There you go, just keep spawning Rookidee back and forth. Just boom, 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 boom. I'll take it. You take these dubs. So I'll just keep on the grind here. So, like I said, I'm gonna, like, since the stream's gonna wrap up here in a minute, I'll do my little outro now. So, if you guys watch this on YouTube after the fact, I'm trying to do this weekly, so I'll probably be doing at least 1 to 2 streams every week of shiny hunting. Hopefully it won't just be Rookidee until the next games come out, but you know what? I'll get it at some point. So, if you enjoyed, do the YouTube stuff down below. You know, like, subscribe, comment, all that sort of good stuff. But if you watch this on Twitch, make sure to follow, because we do stream here at least 2 to 3 times a week, so should be good. Then we also have, and of course, if you're watching this on Twitch only, I highly recommend checking the YouTube channel, because we do a lot more stuff on YouTube than just what you see here, obviously. So, but I think with that, I'm gonna wrap this one up here, guys. We've been hunting for about 2 hours. I'll go with this last Rookidee. It's not it. Bit of a yikes. No Rookidee today. But I'm gonna wrap it up, grab a bite to eat, and I'll be back in about 15 minutes with Aaron. And we'll be doing the story mode. Continue progression through the story mode. So while I wrap the stream up here, I'm just gonna fly over to where we left off. And yeah, I'll see you guys when we go live with the story in 15 minutes. So adios.